So
As
what
well,
a
too.
journey. Yeah, you guys came in, started with Dad. Dad had a small heating and air conditioning company on his own.
Mm-hmm.
You ladies come back from college and take a piece of his company and turn it into something pretty significant. So that was kind of a fun ride, huh?
It was a ride.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't call it
Fun all the
fun.
time.
I would say learned a lot
Learned a
during
lot,
that ride
yeah.
and grew.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that it was paramount for where we're at today.
For sure.
But I would say those were 9 of the hardest years of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of growth that happened, as well as when you have big shoes to fill, because our father had a great name in the industry.
Yeah.
And Joy and I did not come from a heating and cooling background, believe it or not, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you're in an industry where you're not have the authority, or you feel like you're learning every day, which we're still doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But in heating and cooling, we met a lot of challenges.
Yeah, and heating and cooling was what our dad, he did and provided for us our entire childhood, right? He had started his heating and cooling business before I was even born. I'm Joy. I'm the oldest of the two. And so while we grew up in the business, we didn't grow up doing the physical work.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas Jane and I had very high hopes when we came in and were running the heating and cooling company, we said, well, great. Like, we'll come from a woman's approach. We'll have a very different kind of business model. We hope that it would be received well. And I do believe that we were received well. I think we had a very good niche in the St. Louis market that people really did receive us well, but it's also a very saturated industry. There's a lot of heating and cooling companies in St. Louis. And so it was just hard. It was hard work. But like Jane said, that's where we really cut our teeth in entrepreneurship. And we learned how to make very key, distinct business decisions on a day-to-day basis. And Jane learned how to balance a set of books better than I think anybody could. I don't think they teach that stuff in business school. Not the type of work she had to do.
Yeah, but I think it just goes back to you have to be trusted with a little to be trusted with a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where Joy and I had to prove ourselves. And the funny thing about it is we always have a saying about being, blood, sweat, and tears.
Mm-hmm.
And we always say that Joy was the tears and I was the blood and the sweat.
Yeah, Jane would be like, yeah, well, I'm the blood and the sweat. You're the tears. Anytime something would happen, I'd be like, oh my gosh.
And then I'd be like,
we balance each other very well.